Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be how to properly manage your champions when it comes to which ones to use for food and how to star them up, and also how to properly manage your shards. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so the inspiration for this video was actually me being sent this. You know, I get people sending me questions, hey, how do I, how far do I rank up this champion, or what do I do with this? And someone sent me this asking, hey, who else should I sacrifice to rank up my Bellower? And I was just blown away by seeing this. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I can't believe people do this. I have to get a video out to the community. Like, in case you didn't know, do not sacrifice legendaries ever. Like, don't use them as food to rank up another hero. This game is still in its infancy. Let me pull this to the side here. So, like, we don't know what Faction Wars is going to be, but it's probably going to be some sort of, where you need a team in each faction or something, and you can only use champions from certain factions, something like that. I'm assuming it's going to be a mechanic to kind of incentivize players to diversify their champion pool. And also, we don't have the campfire unlocked. Who knows if more dungeons are going to get released that you need to farm, and they have different mechanics, and different champions are going to be super god tier in those dungeons or something. So, there's too many variables. We don't know what nerfs and buffs are going to come. So I would never sacrifice a champion that's tough to acquire, like a legendary or an epic. You're much better off just take the time, bite the bullet, level up your commons and uncommons into food so that you can sacrifice them to make your 6 stars. Don't be using your rares and epics and legendaries. So I'll kind of show you how I manage my champions and kind of my way of doing it. So I don't even think about sacrificing a champion a rare until I have 3 of them. So like this one right here, I have 3 of them. So what I'm going to do is remove from, and first I check to make sure I haven't already leveled one, because if I've already leveled one, it means I've invested skill books or duplicates into increasing their skill level. So this is a champion I have not ranked up yet, so it means I have not invested or found 3 of them yet. So I'm going to remove this rare from the vault. Then we're going to go out here to champions, and we're going to find that rare. You can see here all these 4 stars of like uncommons I have. That's just me like preparing to make more 6 stars and using commons and uncommons for that. I don't use my rares for that unless it's a rare that I've already maxed out. Like if I find another executioner, I've already maxed out my executioner, I would use that one for food because I've already maxed him out and I have one saved as food in my champion vault. So for this one, I'm going to pick one and I'm going to lock it. And then I'm going to go into the tavern and I'm going to upgrade skills. And I'm going to use one of them to upgrade skill. I can sacrifice this rare because I already have a backup and I have one that I'm investing in. Then I'm going to go back into champions. And I'm going to keep the one that I invested in, which is this one. I'm going to keep that one out and I'm going to rank it up to level 30. I'm going to put the other one back in the vault. Now this can be a little bit weird sometimes, like there it was the one on the left and you can't really tell. Yeah, because you can't tell until you move it in the vault. So let's see if it worked. The one on the left was the one I was going to keep. And did it work? Yes, okay, so that's the one I want to keep out. I'm going to level it up because I've invested in it. And I kept a duplicate in my vault. So if there's a future fusion that requires that champion, or if the champion gets buffed or something, I'm ready. Or, Faction Wars, if I want to use 2 of that champion, I'm ready. And I guess I should explain what I mean by future fusions. So when I pull up this portal here and we click this fusion tab, we will see Relic Keeper. And you notice how we have to fuse a bunch of these champions to make the Relic Keeper. Well, when there's certain events and stuff, they will introduce other fusion options. So when those occur, you don't want to be caught, red-handed and like, regretting like, I should have kept my Templar, but I used it as food. Dang it, I wish I had that. So you want to keep the backups in the vault. For me, the next fusion event that comes out, I can just go throw them in, level them up, and fuse, and I'm done. So that's why not knowing what the future fusions are going to be gives us a reason to save copies of our rares in our vault instead of just sacrificing them all right away, like I see a lot of people doing, which I think is a mistake. Also, when faction wars come out, I'm going to be ready. I've got all these good rare champions sitting ready to be used. And if you're saying, yeah, but I don't want to spend that much money on all that space, I mean, you're better off just saving up or, spending your energy to farm silver, farm those stage 3s, acquire silver, and get to a point where you can kind of build yourself a champion vault. And if you have to, don't save all these max level foods like me. Use them. Like, it's more important to save your rares and your epics and stuff and legendaries than it is to kind of have these extra foods ready. So if you have to, use them. I like to wait for events like a rank up or level up event, and I can just, take these food out, boom, level them up, finish the event in one shot, just do it right away. So that's why I kind of have all these uncommons that are sitting here as food that I can use whenever I need to. And yeah, like I said before, don't ever sacrifice your epics and your legendaries. You don't know what they're going to get buffed or how the meta is going to shift and all that. This game is still kind of changing pretty often, so we need to kind of wait and see how everything kind of levels out and figure out what's going on before we start making decisions like that. Okay, so next, I want to get into shard management. Now, if we pull up my thing here, a lot of you are probably like, are you kidding me? 1,000 greens, 100 blues, and voids and sacreds. Like, what are you doing? Open them. And that would be fun. Trust me, it's hard. I would love to open these. And these are actually things that I've acquired kind of slowly over time. If I see a good deal come up in the shop, I might scoop it up. I don't spend a lot of money on the game. I'm a middle-class guy. I can't drop a ton of money on the game, but when I see a good deal, sure, sometimes I'll scoop it up. So that's just kind of from saving up, because my goal is to win the war, not the battle. So I don't want to open these shards unless I'm going to get a reward for opening them. So they'll have a summoning event like every 2 or 3 weeks. And when that summoning event comes, that's when I'll pop these open, complete it in one shot, and get my free rewards. If I open these now today, I don't get anything for opening them. I would rather wait until I get rewards for opening them, because a lot of times the rewards for maxing out a summoning event is worth like $25 or $30. Like, if they sold the rewards you get from the summoning event as a package, it would probably cost like $30. So yes, it's tough, but once you get used to saving these up, like, it doesn't bother me anymore. It did bother me for a while, but now I just act like these shards don't exist until there's a summoning event, and that's what I do. Also, another thing I want to talk about is, food management. What champions should you use for food? If we're not going to use our rares and epics and legendaries, we need a source of leveling up food. And I recommend doing that solely from mystery shards. I'm going to talk about why. Some people will buy commons and uncommons in the shop, and I'm going to explain why that's a bad idea. If we see here, mystery shards are about 1 in 4 to give us an uncommon, and we can get a rare. So now, if we pull up the market, we will see a mystery shard is 5,000 and an uncommon is 44,000. And then our commons are, they range from like 8,000 to 12,000, I think, or something. But yeah. So basically, we're way better off to buy 4 mystery shards to get an uncommon, because remember, mystery shards are 1 in 4. So over a large sample size, that's what your rate is going to be. It's going to be about 4 mystery shards for every uncommon. 4 mystery shards is only 20,000 silver. So we can get these uncommons at half price if we're willing to just buy these shards every time we see them in the market and slowly accumulate them. As you saw, I have over 1,000, and over the course of time, I'm going to have a much cheaper food source as opposed to trying to buy commons and uncommons to level up as food. And that's why I buy shards every time I see them in the shop. Once you get to like 1,000 green shards or something, then you can slow down on buying them. Like right now, I don't buy every single one I see, but when I'm down to 300 or 400, I buy every single one I see, because over the course of time, it's a cheaper source for me to get my fodder to rank up into champions. And like pulling up my champion vault, you will see, I'm constantly leveling up all of these uncommons and commons. I don't ever use my rares as food unless, like I said, it's a rare I've already maxed out and I have a backup sitting in my vault ready to go. So yeah, use your commons and uncommons as food and try to acquire them from mystery shards, because over the course of time it's going to be much cheaper for you than having to like try to farm them in the campaign. They do like uncommons drop in the campaign, and that's great because that's like saving you 20,000 silver basically. It's 4 mystery shards that you didn't have to buy to acquire that uncommon. But yeah, try to use your mystery shards as kind of your main food source, and if you don't have a ton of them, buy them when you see them in the shop. And do not do this like this person sent me. Never sacrifice a legendary or an epic, and only do a rare if you have a duplicate sitting in the vault ready to go if there's a future fusion or a faction war that comes out. And especially one like this one, they invested enough time to rank this one up to 5 stars. That's not a champion you want to sacrifice, because down the road when faction wars come out, having that 5-star rare ready to go is probably going to be advantageous for you. So yeah, I hope that helped, and you know, I'd love to hear what you think down in the comments. Let me know if you agree or disagree with kind of my general sentiments here. I always like to see what you guys say. So yeah, as always, have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Peace.